don't have any time for any gossip now. Eh? Yes.
Hey guys, we are back for another video. Make sure you guys hit that like, share, and subscribe button. And also make sure you enable your bell notification so you do not miss out on a video. And as always, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Okay, guys, so let's jump right into this video. We're actually going to be talking about Memphitz. He calls himself Memphitz and kmichelle. His real name is let me remember this guy's real name. I cannot remember his real name. Mickey Wright. That's his real name. Well, he just recently did an interview basically talking about his relationship with kmichelle and talked about just, how psychotic she really is, in other words. Now, let me refresh you guys' memory. For those of you who may not know, he was married to Toya Wright at once upon a time. Obviously, she's not married to him anymore. She is married to someone else, her daughter's father, Rain. However, when Memphitz was in a relationship with Toya, it was speculated that he had, done some things to kmichelle, including beating her and things of that nature. If you guys recall, kmichelle went on Love and Hip Hop, and that was her storyline for when she got on the show. Ultimately, Memphitz went on to sue the network because he stated the information that they were saying was false. Ultimately, he did confess, allegedly he confessed to putting his hands on her. So ultimately, he did lose that lawsuit with, I think it was Viacom that he was suing. But he just recently did this interview about kmichelle, and we know kmichelle has been in relationship after relationship after relationship. So I always wondered about her personality. I mean, we see her, how she act on these reality shows, and then we can see her on social media, but we really don't know her as a person. So Memphitz has done an interview, and I do have a snippet of the interview. And let's just get into some of the things that he stated about kmichelle. If you guys remember, originally he really denied the relationship that he had with her instead of just coming out being honest in the beginning. Ultimately, the world, pretty much thought he was a woman beater because he really never gave us his true story. And for those of you that recall, he was married to Toya Wright at the time, and it was stated that she did not allow him to go on Love and Hip Hop. Therefore, he felt like he never had the opportunity to actually defend himself. Now, after all of these years, he is, speaking again about, his relationship with kmichelle. And let's get into what he actually had to say about Kay, and then we'll come back for our commentary.
And music executive Memphitz of domestic abuse, okay? Did she fall in love with you?
Yes, she's still in love with me. When we was in court, when I was doing the lawsuit, she was still looking like, she was still acting like she wanted to go do something. I was like, girl, you crazy. You ruined my whole life. You crazy? I would never touch you. And that's when shit really got ugly. I ain't gonna, I just like, I can't take it no more. I'm done. When I said I'm done, and we was in the hotel, I said I'm done. And I got real close to that door because I was out of the door. But my head, that much, my head that was that close from getting hit by that urn, I called the police.
So how long? Former boyfriend.
Now, in this particular interview, he stated that she basically threw an iron at him and almost touched his head, almost hit him in the head, in which he stated that he had to call the police. Now, it's very interesting that he's coming out now 99 years later, and I'm being funny, obviously it hasn't been 99 years later, but he's coming out to say that basically she assaulted him, which again, I don't know if that really happened, but it's interesting that if he had to call the police on her because she was being violent, that now we're so long far away from that particular situation, but yet he's speaking on this and yet saying that she was physically violent toward him. Well, I don't I don't know. Did she throw an iron at him? I don't know. But again, that is physical violence. So it's very interesting that he would not have said that in the beginning. But what he did do for the duration of the situation when, they were going through the situation and K Michelle was on Love and Hip Hop, he basically denied her in so many words. At first, he acted like he didn't know who she was. Then he said he managed her, but he never really came out and basically said that they were in a relationship. I think he finally did. But again, if he was just honest and upfront about the relationship and what had taken place, I believe, he could have, somewhat defended himself. Now, if you guys recall, she said not only did he beat her, that he had mismanaged all her money, had taken all of her money. This is what K Michelle alleged. And if you guys recall, this was back in 2009. So a very long time ago. So interestingly that he's actually speaking on this situation today. And I'm sorry, I'm going to make a correction. I said 2009. Actually, the first season of Love and Hip Hop was actually 2011. I am sorry. I misread my notes. But what I wanted to say is K Michelle had described a time in 2009 where she had met him at a hotel and he became physically violent. Now, if you guys recall, that is the same instance that he is describing in this interview where he said that she threw an iron at him, which is interesting because this is one of the alleged incidents that K Michelle is speaking of. So in fact, if he had to call the police because she was actually physically assaulting him, it would make sense that he would have spoke on this a very long time ago. But again, it is being reported that he actually admitted to putting his hands on her. So it's interesting that he's bringing this up and saying that she actually put her hands on him. So we don't know if that was a situation where he was attacking her and she was obviously, trying to defend herself, because if you are attacking me and I'm defending myself, I'm putting my hands on you because you are putting your hands on me and I'm trying to defend myself, which is a totally, totally, totally different situation. So again, interesting that he's speaking on this, but yet turning the tables to say she was physically violent toward him. But interesting too, he says that K Michelle still wants him, that she's still in love with him and basically still wants him, but he's labeling her pretty much as a psychotic person is what I'm hearing. He didn't, actually say she was psychotic, but the words that he's using is saying that she's crazy, and that he's alleging that she wants to have relations with him. I don't know if this is true, but anyways, y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Again, this actually, he's speaking on something from 2011, 2012, somewhere in there. And for all my Love and Hip Hop people, you watch Love and Hip Hop, you already know the story. Chime in, let me know what y'all think in the comments. I did do a video some months back where K Michelle actually did an interview and she spoke on him as well, in an interview that she had. So I'm just wondering, do these two people actually really like each other, but just afraid to tell the public because she was actually speaking on him not that long ago and now he's speaking on her? Well, the gag is Toya is married with somebody else. If they're free and they want to be together, they should go ahead and be together, because I'm not understanding why they're still talking about some dusty relationship that neither one of them seem to want to be in, but yet and still they're still speaking on each other. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And as always, I'll catch you in the next video.